Thank you. We are excited to be here. A lot of people talk about AI, but much less about real GenAI projects. And we have the pleasure to talk about our GenAI Lighthouse project called the Patent Butler AI. We published this in Boston some weeks ago. It is a GenAI solution in the IP market, which is actually revolutionizing the work of patent officers and experts in a lot of sense and processes. And it's a role model for all of you in the room. As Mr. Winterger said, we need to learn to play to win, and this is how you can do it. We show how you can build small, specialized models which can be embedded into your system, which can be embedded into your software. And how we did it, we are going to show you live. I'm happy to be with you here, Hannes, on stage. So what is the IP market about?
Well, if it comes to patents, it's a lot of text to read. So you need time to read the texts. And in former days, we had a lot of assistants. So we had people who prepared texts in files, who marked them and showed us the most important parts therein. And we could concentrate on the most important parts therein. Nowadays, we as attorneys or the IP managers in the companies are really desperate. So labor is expensive. Attorneys and the IP managers read, draft, and analyze themselves without any assistance anymore. And sometimes they're just overwhelmed by the numbers. And if you think there are over 170 million patents out there in the world that represent most of the technical knowledge that is out there in the world, and each and every year, 3.5 million new ones come on top of it. So it's quite a big challenge, and this short video should symbolize what we do. We extract information out of a text and read a lot, and we need to focus on the parts that are really important. Nowadays, we read a lot and need a lot of time to read something that we don't need for our tasks.
You heard, well, 3 million patents, new patents every year. This is a lot to read, too much to read for a single person. And this is where GenAI kicks in. And the heart of GenAI is foundation models. And on the left side, you see here what classical AI development has been about. So you needed a lot of experts. It was highly data work intense, silo-oriented, and it took a lot of time. Now, the new value, where McKinsey is talking about billions of dollars of business value, is that they are pre-trained. Massive foundation models are pre-trained. You can use them right out from the spot, and this is actually the value. What we did now, and this is a new trend kicking off, that we build our own foundation model for ABP at the heart of the Patent Butler. Actually, there are a handful of different models for the different steps, and we fine-tuned them. And due to the fine-tuning, based on the data of all the attorneys in your company, Hannes, we were able really to train them and create very small, specific models, 1 million times smaller than large commercial models, which are easy to operate, at low cost to operate, and very fast and efficient. So the advantage is here that we can bring in specialized knowledge with limited effort. It's a quick development and highly optimized. And we want to be your partner on this journey on highly specialized open models. And this shows what I just already talked about. In the last year, the buzz was bring the entire internet data into these large models. And this somehow happened already. Right now, only 1% of enterprise data is in these models. And this is a trend which is kicking off now. And this is what we did. And this is why it can be a role model for you and your companies. And the design principles you should think about and which we are actually focusing on are these 4 principles. So the first, avoid lock-in. You don't want to be locked into a public cloud of a single vendor. So that's why we focus on open source software, open source solutions. Red Hat OpenShift is a container platform widely used, for instance, in a lot of companies. We offer tools for targeted models, so you can customize them to your needs. Very specific, you can get AI governance controlling that they are doing what you want to do. You can trust them based on pre-installed, pre-trained governance tools. And of course, they are built as such, most of the time low-code environments and GUIs that companies like you and your team can use them. And again, what we did here is not what everybody and all the students and at universities are now doing, the prompt engineering. Here you just get what Jonas and we just saw here, answers with a lot of mistakes. It's not about prompt tuning where we ingest additional some examples. We did a true fine tuning. So we changed the models of the neural network and you create your own model. And that is called fine-tuning on trust, ground truth with several 10,000, 100,000 patents and analysts. So now we are very curious to see it. Does it look like, Hannes? We are very proud to show you now our product and service.
Thank you, Wolfgang, and thanks to the whole IBM team. So I'm very proud to present to you the Patent Butler. This little guy really helps you as an assistant. It does not dictate you, it assists you in your daily tasks as IP expert. And to symbolize what Patent Butler does is to really extract the most important parts of these 170 million documents and put it in a multi-dimensional matrix that makes it possible for a human user to interact with this information and to really concentrate on those parts that are really most relevant. And to enable this, we have created a high productivity GUI that really shows the results on a similarity level, but not just on a similarity level, but also into the details. So the Patent Butler extracts, compares, search, and somehow also generates text for its own tasks. If we look to the functionality, you will immediately recognize that it's fully implemented in our software product up to IP. And typically claims are a lot of text. So only to read through the text takes time, concentration, and a lot of training. And the first step is really to extract the most important features out of these texts. And this is the basis to also dive into the details. So you do not only get a result list of dozens of documents, but you really get the details to the features, or on a feature-based level, as we call it, to analyze as a human whether the feature that could or that was found in a specific document really is the same feature in the feature combination where you started from. You see the matrix gives you a visual indication where the texts are found, and it is a really big leap forward that you now also can compare products or invention disclosures with existing patents. So we can extract and generate feature combinations out of any given text to be able to again go back and compare these texts in this multidimensional matrix. If I need to go back, probably there is also one additional thing is to really identify the text where it originated from. And when we analyzed the whole situation, we identified several problems. And the first problem really is that some tasks are much too complex for prompting, which means the user often does not really know what to ask to get the right answer. And our solution here is to integrate the AI in the workflow and to anticipate really the question of the user that enables him to get the right answer. So it's very efficient. As we also learned, is that inventions and patents are very sensitive, especially before the date of filing. So in Europe, there is a huge value in this know-how, like with Bosch or Giesecke and Devrient. There are a lot of inventions, a lot of know-how, and we need to keep it safe. And our solution here is to run it on a server, to also do the interference on the server on-premise within the EU. Finally, the AI action often is not visible to the user. So it creates some sort of uncertainty. And as a result, it's too much to read, too much to interpret. And we found the solution to identify with a special color coding the AI action to enable the user again to interact better with the artificial intelligence. So from now on, we can really concentrate on the tasks that really make the difference and to use our time as humans to make the work count. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Hannes. And I cannot tell you how proud we are, and this is so impressive. What you have seen here is really the revolution of an entire market, the IP market. The extraction use case has a business case of several 100%. The compare similarity use case has a use case of several 100%. The rank use case has a business case of several 100%. That's why when we presented it some time ago on the IP fair, we actually created a lot of buzz. Now, how did we do it? What is at the heart? What technology are we using? Basically, it's IBM hardware, IBM software, IBM services, and I run through the three. And we offer you a complete development and operation platform in the data center of the ABP in Austria. And so this is the hardware. It's an appliance called a Fusion HCI, which you can put in your data center. And you can customize it to your needs, your workloads. And you see at the top left, here are the 2 nodes of 3 NVIDIA A100 cards. These are the GPUs which you need for GenAI. GPUs are expensive and hard to get. And here you can customize it to your workload on how you want to run it. So this actually we installed in early this year in beautiful Austria. And you see in our faces here, when it got installed in Austria, we were happy about the freedom. We are sovereign, we are free, we are not depending on any other infrastructure. It's like the beautiful landscape here in Austria, the freedom to operate. And we installed it in a data center, waterproof, fireproof, in the mountains, in the stones, 100% on-premise. And that's why the heart of invention of big companies like Volkswagen, the automotive companies, can be stored in such a system, although it's highly, highly private, highly, highly confidential. And on top of this Fusion HCI GenAI hardware, we run open source software like Red Hat OpenShift for AI. It's a complete development and operation GenAI platform, which you can get from open source, and which helps you to bring down cost and to virtualize your environment. And on top of it, we run a professional platform called Watson X, which helps you to scale, run, and do it in larger teams for your team. It is composed out of 3 models: Watson X AI, Watson X.data, Watson X.governance. Watson X AI is actually the area where we built jointly and trained the model. You can integrate from the supermarket of GenAI Hugging Face, where you have millions of foundation models, what you need. And who knows Hugging Face here in the room? So you know that there are a lot of foundational models, and you want to pick the one which is best for you. And then, of course, you need to control the quality. That's what's the Watson X governance and the EU AI. I'll show you some impressions here. So this is the Watson X AI model catalog. And for instance, here you see FLAN Google model, which we, as I said, we created 6 different models. We optimized the Google model for a particular task. You see here some of the IBM models, very strong in function calling, different tasks. The Granite model family. You see a large model here from Llama, the 70 billion model, which is actually expensive to operate. That's why we built the small models which actually operate best and at lowest cost. And these are ABP's models. Hannes, these are your models to extract what is important in patents, like claims and features and other stuff. And when we started to build up this environment, it took us 2 weeks to install the system in your data center, to install OpenShift, Red Hat OpenShift AI as a container platform for open source toolings, and Watson X on top of it. Since then, actually, nearly 10 months now, we work in an agile team, a mixed team from your team, our team, and we have daily calls. So now, more or less, we became friends, and the people really know each other, and they wake up in the morning. And this is the mixed team here in our Munich center, composed of ABP patent experts, IP experts, software experts, hardware experts from our side, architects, designers, and of course, a lot of AI model experts. We organize in 4 sub-projects, like our partnership focal point, technology, the delivery of the different service and product packages, and product management. Yeah, that's it. And so what is your feedback, Hannes?
Yeah, a short summary from my point of view, how I experienced the collaboration and the project in general. First of all, I think we brought together the best of 2 worlds. On the one hand side, IBM with the technical expertise and the deep know-how in artificial intelligence, and the platforms that enable us to do what we wanted to do. On the other hand, we as patent experts, we have the domain know-how, and we know how to build software for the IP field. Additionally, I want to motivate all of you to invest in this area of artificial intelligence and not to concentrate on the things that everybody do and that are easy. I think it's necessary for Europe to find its own way, to invest in tools that really enable us to benefit from the work, from the know-how we have here in Europe and in Germany. And therefore, it's important to have this information on premise, to use open source models, and also to create our own models that enables us to compete on the markets in the world in the future. I think what is also very important is to team up, to create agile teams, as Wolfgang said, with different backgrounds, and to really work together to bring together the best out of these 2 worlds: domain know-how and software expertise, AI expertise. So this really enabled us to build this unique software solution in just over 7 months. And thank you for having us here. It is a pleasure.